Hello YouTube, my name is Jerry, or BladeEdge86 as I'm known here, and you've probably already know by now, but there was a tragic shooting at a midnight screening of Batman Dark Knight Rises, and my thoughts and prayers are of course with the family and of the victims. This is not to downplay the tragedy, um, but a lot of people are getting very emotional about, fearful about it. This could have been me or my family, I hear a lot, and I suppose it could have been, but the odds of it happening to you specifically are very, very slim, actually. Tens of thousands of people die in car accidents every year, yet you don't see anywhere near the amount of panic and anguish over what you see over shootings such as this and terrorist attacks. Now, I often hear the argument of, oh, but those are accidents. This is murder. Well, yes and no. Yes, sometimes you see a car come out of nowhere, make a wrong turn, boom, a tragedy happens. But sometimes people are just stupid. Sometimes people drive under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Sometimes even prescription drugs can do it to you. I mean, some people text while driving, and some people are just idiots and just careless. And, as far as I'm concerned, they kill somebody because of that. They're just as guilty as the shooter. Now, in the grand scheme of things, though, it really doesn't matter because these people are just as dead as the victims of the Colorado shooting. Now, despite the numerous tragedies, people still get back into their cars, get where they need to go, and move on with their lives. And I think that we should take the exact same approach to tragedies like these. Now, all sorts of bad things could happen to anybody at any time, and we could spend every waking moment of every day obsessing over what could happen, or we could still be aware of life's potential dangers, take some reasonable precautions, and still enjoy the good things life has to offer. Now, unfortunately, every time a tragedy like this happens, those in power try to take advantage of it, to push through their agenda, counting on you to be paralyzed in fear. Now, studies have shown that when people are afraid, the part of the brain associated with logic and reason, the cerebral cortex and other parts of the brain, start to shut down. And the primitive reptilian part of the brain, the hypothalamus, starts to turn on. Now, this is extremely dangerous because it makes us far more prone to suggestion, because our ability to reason is dramatically reduced and we're easily manipulated and controlled. Now, because of this, a lot of people have been brainwashed into thinking that less guns equals less crime, that you can simply legislate away the crazy, but basic logic shows us that that's sadly not the case. Now, Colorado has some of the strictest gun laws in America, yet shootings like this one still happen there. Now, Chicago and New York have even stricter gun control laws, yet have some of the highest murder rates in America. Now, Mexico has a complete and total gun ban, yet that has not stopped the drug cartels from kidnapping and murdering countless people on both sides of the border, because, let's face it, criminals don't follow the law. Now, the only things gun control has accomplished is to empower violent criminals, disarm law-abiding citizens. Now, the first American gun control laws were passed during the early days of Jim Crow. Segregation laws to disarm blacks so they would not be able to defend themselves against violent attacks by the Ku Klux Klan. Now, for the same reason, one of the first steps of a dictator is to control their population, is to disarm them. Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Pol Pot, you name them, they took people's guns away, and that's the same reason why the government's trying to take our guns away today. And the Second Amendment is not just for hunting. It's not just for hillbillies. It's also for defending ourselves against people like the Batman shooter, and as a check on tyranny. Now, because I've decided to not let fear control me, and in remembrance of the people who lost their lives in the shooting, I will see Batman Dark Knight Rising, which I, of course, would have seen anyway, but I will also post a review of it here on YouTube. So I will see you guys, ladies and gents, later.